Welcome back to our channel. First up, we have something special for you, a closer look at a classic American coin, the Monticello Jefferson nickel, specifically the 1949 version without a mint mark in very fine condition. You may have this coin in your collection, but do you know its true value in the collector's market today? If not, stay tuned because we're about to explore its history, unique features, and most importantly, its potential worth in dollars. Let's get started. Before diving into its market value, let's first understand what makes the 1949 Jefferson nickel so unique. This particular coin was part of the Jefferson nickel series that began in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag. The obverse features the iconic profile of President Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse displays the Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia estate. But what makes the 1949 Jefferson nickel intriguing is its lack of a mint mark. A coin without a mint mark was produced in the Philadelphia Mint, and this particular version is becoming increasingly sought after among collectors. Let's take a look at what distinguishes the 1949 Jefferson nickel from other years. Coins from 1949 without a mint mark were minted in relatively lower quantities compared to some other post-war years. This scarcity has contributed to its growing value, especially in very fine or better conditions. A very fine condition, often abbreviated as VF, is a grade that means the coin has light to moderate wear on the high points, but all major design elements are still clear and legible. For the 1949 no mint mark nickel, this means Jefferson's hair and Monticello's details are visible but slightly worn. Now, let's talk numbers. What is the value of a 1949 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in today's collector market? The answer depends on its condition. For a very fine condition coin, you're looking at a price range of $80,000. But why is this coin worth so much? The answer lies in its historical significance and relative scarcity. Although millions of these nickels were minted in 1949, finding one in very fine or better condition today is more challenging. Over time, circulation has caused many to lose their original details, and finding an example with sharp features and minimal wear has become increasingly difficult. Additionally, the historical context of the late 1940s adds to the appeal of this coin. This was a period of economic transition in the United States after World War II, and coins from this era represent an important chapter in American history. So what factors should you consider when determining the value of your 1949 Jefferson nickel? Condition grade, as mentioned, a coin's grade dramatically impacts its value. Coins in very fine condition or higher are more desirable to collectors. Luster and eye appeal, the natural shine of the coin, and overall visual appearance can make a huge difference in price. Market demand fluctuates, and right now vintage Jefferson nickels are seeing increased interest among collectors. Rarity of no mint mark. Because Philadelphia minted coins from 1949, this factor also boosts its value. Knowing these elements will help you gauge how much your coin might be worth. Now let's talk about the current collector market. The demand for Jefferson nickels, especially those from the mid-20th century, has been on the rise. Collectors are increasingly looking to complete sets with high-quality coins, and this means the value of coins like the 1949 no mint mark nickel is steadily appreciating. If you're a seller, this might be the perfect time to list your coin. Online marketplaces like eBay have shown consistent sales for 1949 Jefferson nickels, and specialized coin auctions could yield even higher returns. But remember, selling directly to collectors or through a reputable coin dealer can sometimes offer the best price. Here are some quick tips if you're looking to evaluate or sell your 1949 Jefferson nickel. Get it graded. A professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC can provide a reliable grade, increasing its value and credibility. Check recent sales. Look at recent sales on platforms like eBay to understand the current market price. Consult with a dealer. A trusted coin dealer can offer insights and help you determine the best-selling strategy. Don't rush the process. Make sure to research thoroughly to get the best value for your coin. In conclusion, the 1949 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is a valuable piece of American numismatic history. In very fine condition, it can be big worth, and in higher grades, its value increases significantly. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, this coin is a great addition to any collection. Next up, we're shining the spotlight on a true classic, the Monticello Jefferson nickel from 1953 without a mint mark. This coin, often overlooked, has garnered quite a bit of attention in the collector's market lately, especially if you find one in very fine condition with some unique features. So, if you're a collector or just curious about coin values, stick around. The Monticello Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, honoring Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. The design features a left-facing portrait of Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his historic home in Virginia, on the reverse. The 1953 issue is particularly worthy because it was minted during a period of economic growth in post-war America. This nickel was struck in a time when the United States was experiencing a transition in both coin design and the economy. As for the 1953 nickel without a mint mark, It was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. This specific variety has become a favorite among collectors due to its historical significance and the artistic design that honors one of America's founding fathers. Now, let's talk about coin grading. Coins are graded on a scale from poor P to perfect mint state MS. A very fine VF coin has clear details with minor wear but still retains much of its original design. Collectors love very fine coins because they represent a balance between affordability and visual appeal. But what makes the 1953 Monticello nickel even more intriguing is the presence of black spots on the obverse. These spots can arise from a variety of factors, including improper storage or reaction with contaminants. While many collectors may shy away from coins with blemishes, unique features like these can also add character and story to a piece. So, what is the current market value of the 1953 Monticello nickel without a mint mark in very fine condition? Prices can vary significantly based on condition and demand. As of now, the market value for a very fine condition nickel depending on the specific characteristics of the coin. However, coins with notable blemishes or unique features, like our black spot example, can attract niche collectors who appreciate the quirks of a coin's journey through time. This means that, under the right circumstances, this nickel could fetch higher prices sometime. It can ranges between $200,000 at auction or among dedicated collectors. If you're thinking about starting or expanding your collection, here are a few tips. First, always do your research. Know what you're buying and understand the current market trends. Utilize resources like coin catalogs, grading services, and online marketplaces. Secondly, pay attention to the condition of the coins. If you're looking for specific features like the black spots we discussed, be sure to inspect the coin closely, either in person or through high-quality images. Finally, engage with the community. Join online forums, attend coin shows, and connect with fellow collectors. They can provide valuable insights and might even have coins for trade. The 1953 Monticello Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is big worth more. It's a window into American history and a potential treasure for collectors. Whether you find one in very fine condition or discover a unique example with black spots, this coin holds a special place in the numismatic world. Next up, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1943 Monticello Jefferson nickel. This coin holds a significant place not only in American currency but also in the hearts of collectors. Let's explore its features, history, and current collector market value in detail. The year 1943 was a pivotal time in American history. The country was deeply involved in World War II, and this had a profound impact on the production of coins. The Monticello Jefferson nickel was minted during this time, and its design reflects a blend of tradition and the need for practicality in the wartime economy. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Monticello nickel features the profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and a depiction of his home, Monticello, on the reverse. The 1943 with S mint mark signifies that this coin was produced at the San Francisco Mint, which is known for producing some of the highest quality coins during that era. Let's take a closer look at the specifications of the 1943 S Monticello nickel. This coin is composed of a blend of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing in at 5 grams with a diameter of 21.21 millimeters. The design of the coin has remained relatively unchanged since its introduction in 1938, but the 1943 with S has unique attributes that collectors cherish. In terms of design, the obverse features the inscription Liberty along with the date and mint mark. The reverse showcases Monticello along with the words E pluribus unum and 5 cents. The crisp details of the Monticello are particularly striking when the coin is in very fine condition, which we'll discuss shortly. Now, let's talk about the collector market for the 1943 with S Monticello nickel. Coins in very fine condition, which typically exhibit clear details and only minor wear, are in high demand among collectors. According to recent market trends, the value of a 1943 with S nickel in very fine condition can range from $240,000, depending on factors such as the coin's appearance, demand, and provenance. Interestingly, high-quality examples can fetch even more, particularly if they have been graded by reputable organizations. Speaking of condition, let's delve into what very fine condition means for coins. A very fine coin will have strong details with minimal wear on the high points of the design. In the case of the 1943 S Monticello nickel, look for the definition in Jefferson's hair and the windows of Monticello, which should be clearly visible without significant wear or damage. Collectors often rely on third-party grading services to authenticate and grade their coins, adding credibility and potentially increasing the coin's market value. Always check for clear mint marks and any unique features that can enhance the coin's desirability. If you're considering adding the 1943 S Monticello nickel to your collection, here are some tips. First, purchase from reputable dealers or trusted auction sites. Always examine the coin closely for its condition and authenticity. Store your coins in protective holders to prevent scratches and tarnishing and avoid cleaning them, as this can decrease their value. In conclusion, the 1943 with S. Monticello Jefferson nickel is not just a piece of currency, it's a window into our nation's past and a treasure for collectors. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, this coin deserves a place in your collection. Next up, we're taking a closer look at the Monticello Jefferson nickel from 1989, featuring the P mint mark. But not just any ordinary nickel, this one has a distinctive gray shade and is in very fine condition, making it a potential gem in today's collector market. Let's dive into the history of the coin, its unique characteristics, and most importantly, how much it's worth today. Before we get into the value, let's discuss the history and design of this beautiful coin. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It was designed by Felix Schlag and features the profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse front side and his iconic estate, Monticello, on the reverse back side. The 1989 with P. Jefferson nickel was minted in Philadelphia, as indicated by the P mint mark located just to the right of the coin's date on the obverse. This particular nickel is made from a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a distinctive silvery appearance with a slight gray tint. This grayish tone often develops over time due to environmental factors, adding to its unique charm. In 1989, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 800 million Jefferson nickels, making it a common issue. However, not all nickels are created equal. Coins in very fine condition with unique shading, like the one we're discussing today, are more desirable among collectors. The term very fine in numismatics refers to a coin that has moderate wear but still retains most of its original details. On a Jefferson nickel, this means you can still see the details in Jefferson's hair, the cheekbones, and the pillars of Monticello are sharp but slightly worn. Collectors seek these coins because they offer a balance between affordability and preservation of design. Now, let's talk about the factors that can influence the value of the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel in today's collector market. There are several key aspects to consider. Condition and grading. As mentioned earlier, our featured coin is in very fine VF condition. Coins that are graded higher, such as extremely fine XF, about uncirculated AU or mint state Mississippi, will naturally command higher prices. However, very fine coins still hold considerable value, especially if they possess unique toning or eye appeal. Gray shade and toning. The gray shade on this 1989 P nickel can be a significant factor. Natural toning or color variation due to exposure to the environment over the years can make a coin stand out. Collectors often look for these visually distinct coins as they can add variety to their collections. Rarity of mint errors. While the 1989 with P nickel is generally a common coin, specific mint errors such as die cracks, off-center strikes, or double dies can drastically increase its value. Always examine your coin closely to see if it has any errors that make it unique. Now, let's get to the part everyone's been waiting for: the market value of the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel in very fine condition with that distinctive gray shade. Currently, a regular 1989 with P. Jefferson nickel in circulated condition. However, coins in very fine condition like ours typically sell for higher. Depending on the buyer's interest and the appeal of the coin's appearance, if you have a coin that displays particularly attractive toning or a unique gray shade, the value can jump even higher, as collectors might be willing to pay a premium for its aesthetic appeal. Such coins can sell anywhere from $130,000, and in some cases with exceptional toning, they can reach $140,000 or more. On online auction sites or at coin shows, you might see these coins listed with asking prices in the $150,000 range, especially if the seller believes the coin has some numismatic potential. Always remember, though, that a coin's true value is determined by what a collector is willing to pay at any given time. So what does this mean for you as a collector or hobbyist? If you have a 1989 P. Jefferson nickel in very fine condition, it's worth holding on to it, especially if it has unique characteristics like the gray shade we mentioned. It might make you rich. It could become a valued piece in your collection or even gain more value over time as interest in specific coin varieties and tones increases. If you're looking to sell or trade, try listing your coin on reputable platforms like eBay or reaching out to local coin dealers or collectors clubs. Make sure to have clear, high-quality images of your coin to showcase its condition and unique features. The more information and visual appeal you provide, the better your chances of attracting serious buyers. Next up, we're diving into one of the most intriguing coins for collectors, the 1960 Jefferson nickel with the Denver D mint mark. This coin, often overlooked by many, holds fascinating historical significance and is currently gaining attention in the numismatic world. But why is this particular nickel getting so much buzz? What makes it valuable? And just how much is it worth in today's collector market? Let's explore all of that and more right here, right now. First, let's start with a little background on the Jefferson nickel series. The Jefferson nickel was introduced back in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel. The design features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse front and his iconic home, Monticello on the reverse back. This design remained unchanged until 2004, making the Jefferson nickel series one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coin history. Now, the 1960 Jefferson nickel specifically has its own set of unique attributes. It was minted during a time when the U.S. was experiencing significant economic changes. This coin was produced in large quantities, but not all of them were created equal. The 1960 Jefferson nickel with the Denver mint mark, represented by a small D under the year, has become a desirable piece for collectors. So what's so special about the 1960 with D Jefferson nickel? Well, the Denver Mint produced approximately 192 million of these nickels in 1960. While that might sound like a large number, finding one in good condition, such as fine or higher, is more challenging than you might think. The D mint mark signifies that the coin was minted at the Denver Mint, which often produced coins with subtle differences compared to those minted in Philadelphia or San Francisco. Interestingly, due to differences in die quality and minting processes at the Denver Mint, some 1960 with D Jefferson nickels feature sharp details and well-struck elements, making them highly sought after by collectors. Those that have been well preserved and remain in higher grades command a premium price in the collector market. Segment 3, Grading the 1960 with D Jefferson nickel. Now let's talk about grading. If you're a collector, you know that the condition or grade of a coin plays a crucial role in determining its value. For this specific 1960 with D Jefferson nickel, a coin in fine condition means it still has clear details but may show signs of wear, especially on the high points like Jefferson's hair and Monticello's dome. Obverse clear definition of Jefferson's face, especially around his cheekbone and jawline. Reverse look at the Monticello building. Are the steps visible? Is the word Monticello readable? If you've got a 1960 with D nickel with these details still intact, even in a fine condition, you could be looking at a coin with a solid value. Alright, let's get to the part everyone's been waiting for: the value. In today's market, a 1960 with D Jefferson nickel in fine condition can range from $58,000. Why? Because these coins are slowly gaining recognition as more collectors seek out high-quality examples. If you're lucky enough to have one in higher grades like extra fine XF or mint state MS, the value increases significantly. In mint state condition, with sharp details and a brilliant shine, depending on the specific grade and overall eye appeal. Additionally, nickels with unique errors or toning can command an even higher price. Some 1960 with D nickels with die cracks, off-center strikes, or full steps on the Monticello are considered premium collector items. You might be wondering, is this a coin worth collecting? The answer is absolutely. The 1960 with D Jefferson nickel has the potential to become a valuable addition to your collection. As the interest in Jefferson nickels grows, so does the demand for well-preserved and high-quality pieces. Plus, since these coins are still relatively affordable compared to other rarities, it's a great opportunity to start or expand your collection without breaking the bank. Another reason to collect this coin is its historical value. The 1960s were a transformative period in American history, and owning a piece of that history, especially with a coin that bears witness to those times, is truly special. Tips for collectors and final thoughts: if you're looking to invest or add to your collection, here are a few quick tips. Check the condition. Always inspect the coin's condition before purchasing. Look for clear details, minimal wear, and no major scratches or dents. Verify authenticity. Be aware of counterfeits or altered coins, especially when dealing with higher grades. Consider professional grading. If you believe your 1960 with D Jefferson nickel is in exceptional condition, consider getting it graded by a professional service. This can help authenticate the coin and potentially increase its market value. In conclusion, the 1960 with D Jefferson nickel is more than just a 5-cent piece. It's a coin with growing collector interest, historical significance, and potential for value appreciation. So if you come across one, be sure to hold on to it. It might just surprise you in value over time. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. If you found this information helpful or interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a coin update. Comment below if you have a 1960 with D Jefferson nickel, or if you're on the hunt for one. I'd love to hear your coin stories. Until next time, happy collecting.